Hey guys, welcome back. It is map number 2, Overpass for Team Rain up against iNTACT GG. And iNTACT are looking to get things going right off the bat here. Unfortunately, it's Shoker and Powers who are there to get a couple of frags. Nice little triple boost there that they pulled off, and it worked. 1:26 on the clock as Shake and Spongy are trying to do some work from Z Connector. Spongy gets one, but Powers trades out another, and we have a 4v2. Could it be a mirror image of Mirage on this pistol round to start things off? Spongy has something to say about that, though, getting a 2K on Powers. Okay, waiting around the corner, Willmeister pushes right into his crosshair. Now we have a 3v1 for Rain. They've been really good on their pistol round, at least on their CT-sided pistol rounds. Or I should say, actually both pistol rounds, just the opening pistol round. There we go. I got it out. Spongy, the last one standing here. Bomb on his back. USPS in hand and needs the ace to win. No pressure. He's been solid so far. 20... how many was it? I have it here somewhere. I will find it. 29 frags in the first map. Gets that bomb plant at least, and gets a frag on Dolphy. That's 3. Post-plant situation. I think Spongy has the advantage here with both members of Rain coming up from dumpster. He hears the footsteps, flicks around for a 4th, and looking for the ace now on Spammer in the pistol round. Spongy lining up the shot, and he gets it, Spongy, with the ace. Coming out huge for iNTACT in the pistol round, and he picks up where he left off on Mirage. He's a beast tonight. 1-0 in favor of iNTACT. Spongy, all that MDL experience coming to the surface, and he's strutting his stuff tonight. Really turned that one around. And throws a molly off the B-side. Turismo farming $600 with the frag on KMZ. And Rain on the full-on save, aside from the fact that they all have PG50s in hand. So 350 spent for each one. Spongy did go down here. Swan does get Spammer. Willmeister drops a double, and that leaves only Powers standing. Powers with the PG50 in pit. Good position for a CT, and you see why. Easy to cover a couple of angles. Willmeister comes up on the exposed flank, then finishes it off. 3K for Willmeister, 2-0 in favor of iNTACT. As we head to round number 3 on the season, regular season anyway. iNTACT is 2-0 in Overpass, 16-0 against Tectonic. Not against Tectonic, against That's Toxic. Close, but not the same. And 16-14 against Final Feature, but that one against Final Feature was very close as KMZ opens things up here with a quick little peek on Swan at Fountain. iNTACT going for the bonus round here with the MAC-10 still in hand. Spongy is going to have the op now, picked up off the body of Swan, who did upgrade. Spongy the alternate opper for iNTACT, and we'll see if he can get things going. But yeah, that match against Final Feature, if you guys saw it, it was just Swan dropping a 40 bomb. Unbelievable performance there. And of course, iNTACT did defeat Clarity last night on Overpass, making them 3-0 in advanced this season. Over on the side of Rain, they're 3-0 on Overpass in the regular season and 4-0 since they defeated Thunder Logic last night on the map as well. KMZ dropping 3. Shake and Willmeister as victims this time around. Powers is going to get the M4A1S frag in the meantime. KMZ looking for the 4K, and there it is. KMZ lighting it up and powering Rain to a first round victory on that first map. KMZ had 17 frags, 18 deaths, and that was not enough. They need their star fragger to perform at a much higher level to defeat a team like iNTACT. So far, 2 very impressive plays on both ends of the spectrum. One from Spongy and one from KMZ, you just saw there. iNTACT, very impressive on Overpass in general. I mean, in the playoffs last season, is Dolphy going to try and spam through the wall here? In the playoffs last season in ESEA main, they won against Schism as Turismo going to walk into this B side, gets one, Swan finds another one, Shoker, and this forest spy is going pretty well for iNTACT. Willmeister finding Dolphy as well. KMZ and Powers the last 2 standing. KMZ with the AWP. Where is he? Oh, yeah, he's at Sniper Nest. This is where he wants to be. Power's going to try and support him to make sure he gets a chance to peek out here against Swan and Spongy. Shake hiding around sandbags. And they're doing this all with the pistols they bought up, along with that MAC-10 and the M4A4S picked up off the ground here. Fourth round of play, and iNTACT striking back against a Rain squad that just is struggling to hold these bomb sites. In round number 1 you saw it, and here in round number 4 things were going well for them, but iNTACT just walked right in and got the job done. KMZ is going to find the op frag on Shake for the exit frag. Powers goes down to the bomb, but at least that op's going to get carried over into round number 5. So like I was saying, in ESEA main playoffs for iNTACT, they won 16-5 over Schism, on Overpass, and then 16-2 against GT Academy, and lost 7 rounds on Overpass in those 2 matches in the playoffs last season. So it's one of their better maps. I would say Nuke is the best map for iNTACT, and that's why you're probably not going to see it at all. It would be great if it was a map that is played at maybe tomorrow if iNTACT gets there, but it's just a real pleasure and joy to watch them do it. Willmeister and Turismo gonna chime in for 3 frags combined. KMZ and Power is still standing, but it was pretty much a pistol buy up here for Rain. One to nothing so far for iNTACT in the series. Power is trying to hide out here and get those Wandigs. Does connect on 1 on Spongy, but he's not going to get more. Swan spots him out. Swan getting his first on the round. Turismo with 2. That leaves only KMZ, and again, he wants to save this op into the next round. No reason to throw 4750 into the trash, and he's waiting in lower tunnels, just nodding up and down. Yeah, he knows what's up. 4 round victories so far for iNTACT, and really turning the rounds on their head a couple of times to get to those 4 round victories. And that's going to be that. Going into round number 6, let's check out that scoreboard. Spongy still at the top, pretty much with the pistol round ace. Those are all his frags in round number 1 with 5. Willmeister 5 and 3, and Turismo at 4 and 3. Over on Rain, it's not too bad either. Power 6, KMZ 5, and Shoker 4. But here's where the problems are arising. Only 1 combined for both Dolphy and Spammer. And unless KMZ can really start to frag like crazy, everyone on Rain is going to have to find it within them to get these frags on the board. KMZ goes down, and that's going to hurt early on in the first 10 seconds. Turismo looking for more now and lines up 2 and gets it! Dolphy and Spammer go down. 2K for Turismo, as Powers and Shoker are going to have to find a way to respond here on this B site that iNTACT is taking with authority. 30 seconds into the round, and Rain only has 2 members left standing with the bomb going down. Post plan, it's going to be 5v2. I think Rain just wants to save both these M4A4s and the utility, along with that body armor. They bought a lot of money at stake here for Rain. And if you look at their economy, it's not too strong. They will have, I believe, the full loss bonus. Yes, the full loss bonus. My math is terrible right now. Anyway, I wish ESEA still disappeared from the scoreboard, but in any case, it's going to be a full loss bonus soon. Probably about 2,900 now. Bomb going to explode. iNTACT going to get their 5th round victory, 5-1 in their favor. Shoker going to get the exit frag on Spongy. So on that first map, going back to it once more, 16-7 victory for iNTACT. For those of you guys just tuning in, Spongy was 29 and 13 with 127.9 ADR. Just another day at the office for Spongy. Wow. Turismo 22 and 12, 97.6 ADR, and then Willmeister 19 and 12, 95.1 ADR. I mean, these guys were just lighting it up across the board. KMZ 17 and 18 with 84.7 ADR, and the closest one behind him was Powers at 15 and 20 at 68.5. KMZ and Powers have a ton of history. The only time they didn't play together for the last 3 seasons was for the first, I think, 8 matches of this one. Powers was on Rectify, if I'm not mistaken, and then Rectify obviously fell apart, and Powers ended up being reunited with KMZ once more. So let's see if they can get some of that old chemistry going to come back into this one. iNTACT, though, in the meantime, up 5-1. And the pause has now ended. Spammer still with the goose egg on the board, but actually both IGLs have no frags yet. 0-4 for Shake and 0-5 for Spammer. The coaches for each side, iNTACT having Rich, and over on Rain, Seaside. Seaside coaching it up. Also no stranger to casting himself. I'm not sure if Seaside casts much anymore though. 1:37 on the clock here, guys. Rain bringing those two M4A4s into the round. It only takes one rifle to turn things around. We'll see if they can do it. Good molly thrown there by Swan to force both Rain members back inside of Z Connector. Shake. Getting one construction and a good flashbang thrown. And he's going to hear some footsteps behind him. More than likely, those are his teammates' footsteps. Come in. Good flashbang thrown. Shake pops out of the tunnel, gets the frag on Spammer, and then looks for more on KMZ. KMZ down at 72, backs off here. Trying to be careful. Only pistols bought up for their other two Rain members, other than Powers and the Chauffeur, of course. Turismo finds KMZ, and iNTACT still rolling along here. Dolphy with the P250 and the body armor, so if he can spot out Turismo perhaps, only 14 HP on him. Frag him and then pick up the AK, things could turn around for Rain in the round. Powers, that's fine. Willmeister, good start. Spongy and Swan, though, as always, there to respond. Powers and Dolphy, their victims. And now it's up to Shoker, the only M4A4 in hand. He's going to back off. He's going to save this gun. Doesn't want to deal with iNTACT on that B site, and for good reason. They've got a ton of weaponry utility as well. Still have a smoke, 4 flashbangs, and an HE grenade. Shoker only has that HE. He's going to save the M4 and hope to get some exit frags, take some money out of the hands of iNTACT. Nasty Trick in the chat saying, I met KMZ at LAN. Super nice dude. It's awesome. Yeah, KMZ's a pretty cool guy. He's been watching my streams a few times and always fun to interact with. He's solid at CS as well. I do think Rain has a good squad, but they need to really get it together in terms of those frags. They can't rely so heavily on KMZ like I alluded to earlier. I think Powers has the potential to really start fragging as well. He just hasn't had, I'd say, the best of seasons, maybe because of the way his season started. But still, even so, he did come on to Rain and do pretty well for himself. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Loud noises. When he joined Rain, for the 7 matches he played, 149 frags, 21 frags per match, and a KDR of 1.26, plus 31 in terms of kills to deaths. Who won map 1, says Taz. Welcome to the stream, Taz. It was iNTACT by a score of 16-7 on Mirage. Map number 2 here with iNTACT. Already having the 1-0 lead. KMZ opens things up with that op at long A, as he did previously. This time, though, he goes down after only getting 2. Had that 4K in the one round that Rain was successful in. And now Turismo going to throw Molly in towards Dumpster. 3v4, Rain with the man advantage, but bombsite A is pretty exposed. They have 2 members headed towards Bank, 1 at Dumpster, and that's actually going to be Shoker heading towards Dumpster instead. So 2 stacked up there. Bomb's going to get planted right at default, and iNTACT's going to set up to ensure that Rain can't get this site. Shake, throwing that HE grenade down. It does clip Dolphy for about 21 damage. And now Shake backs off into bathrooms. Trying to throw that smoke on the bomb, I believe. Spammer does find the frag on Turismo. Spongy responds, and now Shake standing inside of the molly. They're going to have to frag Powers. He's trying to stick the defusal, and he does! Powers with the defusal inside the smoke. Spongy the last one standing, and he cannot spot him out. I'm pretty sure they knew what was happening, but gotta give credit to Rain using the molly well, forcing iNTACT to take a step back, sticking on the bomb at the right time. Everyone for Rain went down, but mission accomplished. They let Powers get that defusal, and they get a second round on the board. 6-2 in favor of iNTACT. 4 M4A4s and an op bot up for Rain. KMZ doing the damage so far, 7 frags on the match, but it's also Powers. Like I said, he's capable of it, and he's doing that right now. 8-4. iNTACT finally have their run ended. They're looking to get started once more on a new one with 4 AKs and off. Bought up again. Spammer goes down on that B site right off the bat. Turismo finding him. Powers trades it back on Willmeister 4v4. KMZ on the A site. Over on B, though, the action is still going down. Turismo gets his second. Looking for a third now, but Spongy's going to be the one to get that. Dropping Shoker right to the ground. KMZ and Dolphy, the last two standing for Rain as the bomb gets planted. Post-plant, 4v2. Shake looking around walkway and spraying through the smoke. Does spot out Dolphy for 52 damage. Now Dolphy is just trying to get away. Turismo's going to look to chase him down. Here's the footsteps fading away and charges on forward to that A site. I think Dolphy's just going to keep going and not stop until he meets up with KMZ, which he has. Now he turns around. I think he saw the head. Yeah, he saw the head of the iNTACT member coming around from dumpster. KMZ fragging Shake. They're just trying to save these guns. It's not going to be easy. Swan doesn't look inside of bathrooms. Instead was looking at short A. He gets spotted out by Dolphy. And Rain do indeed manage to survive here. The economy is strong enough for iNTACT to keep chasing, and they do! Spongy finds Dolphy looking for the last one and gets it! Spongy takes the guns out of the hands of Rain. That is absolutely devastating for Rain. Just winning that round, and now their economy fully reset. No rifles coming into this one. iNTACT again taking control of the momentum in the match and still have such a beautiful economy built up here. 7-2, 10th round of play. And Spongy, 12-3. Overall, so far tonight, Spongy is, if my math does not fail me, 41-16. Turismo gonna get the opening frag here in the round. Rain on a pistol armor buy-up. Turismo gets a second. He's just running along, running and gunning with the drive-bys here. 1,200 already built up in addition to the already strong economy he had in this round coming into it. Swan spots out Dolphy. Shoker. Dolphy gets Swan, and then Spongy and Willmeister wrap it up. So, pretty standard affair there for iNTACT. 8th round victory, 8-2 in their favor. iNTACT, so good, says Taz in the chat. Yeah, they're doing pretty well, showing why they were 14-2 in the regular season. Those 2 losses coming to the teams that are playing each other right now in another match, Fury and Masked Esports. 2 teams that iNTACT lost to on the season. Spammer just walks out here. Aggressive push towards Fountain. Finds a 3K. Looking for more now on Shake. Does go down. Spammer, who's been pretty much invisible this entire match, does a lot of damage on the full-on save for Rain with only USPSs in hand. iNTACT trying to respond now. Rain goes down. Rain Shakur goes down to Shake, who gets the 2K, but Rain doing the damage. Great performance by Spammer in the round. They still have a lot of work to do, and it's getting done. Powers gets Shake, leaving only Spongy, who gets domed by Powers. Spongy now down to 9 HP, and KMZ and Dolphy are going to be able to pick up some AKs as well. Spongy, oh, nice one tap. Dolphy didn't even see that one coming. 2 frags for Spongy, looking for the third on KMZ. It's not going to be easy. KMZ having bomb control here. Peeking around, waiting for Spongy to come out to it. Spongy only has the flashbang to work with. Might be a smoke dropped on the ground on one of those bodies. But I think Spongy's going to have to try and throw this flashbang effectively to at least make KMZ turn around long enough for him to pick up that bomb. KMZ watching patiently. And waiting patiently around the corner. This is a chance for Spongy to peek out and get that bomb. Expecting KMZ to be somewhere around here. KMZ a party, and KMZ patience paying off. Gets the frag on Spongy, and Rain with a surprise 3rd round victory. iNTACT. Have to be careful now with that economy. It's still pretty strong, but these rounds are being lost in a way that's not giving them a chance to build up much. 8-3. 4 rounds remaining to be played here in this first half. And Spammer with, I think, yeah, almost his first 3 frags of the match. Actually had one before that, but yeah. It's an important time to get those frags. It's now iNTACT, spread out across the map, looking to open up some space with an initial frag. Turismo and Willmeister hanging around Fountain as Dolphy sprays on through the wooden plank in towards Squeaky. Does catch out Swan for a bit of damage. Swan down to 66 and Shake down to 86. Still no one damaged at all on the Rain side. It's Turismo creeping his way up short A with some reinforcements on his back. Dolphy for Rain, just hanging out, waiting for iNTACT to come into his crosshairs. It's Turismo patiently working up bathrooms. We're in that molly for the corner. Not a bad molly to throw, but Rain hasn't really been playing there. That said, you can't take any chances. So Turismo at least knows no one is at his left side. Kamzy misses a critical shot there at long A. At least gives iNTACT some information as to his location. Now they're going to work their way into the site. Powers doesn't hear them coming. Turismo finds one, but he goes down. Then Powers takes advantage of that to find a double of his own. Good nade thrown in response by Shake, and now it is a 3v3 Spammer. Truck still, and sprays down Swan. Looking for the second on Shake. Wow, nice job by Spammer. He's really stepped up his game. Shoker finding Willmeister for the last one. And really, I think it's the Spammer show over the last 2 rounds. You got that double there. The triple in the previous one, 5 over the last 2, and Rain all of a sudden back into this one with 4-round victories. iNTACT now on probably their final bye. Yeah. If they lose this one, they'll have to be on a save round. Final bye for their current economy, that is. Shoker and Dolphy headed towards Sandbags, and Spammer, the one to watch, it seems, hanging out at pit. Oh, Swan through the smoke, spamming the common angle, and Spammer goes down to that. Turismo looking for some action as well, spraying down 2. Dolphy and KMZ fall, and now I think Swan was going for another one through that smoke. Powers and Shoker are the last 2 standing, and iNTACT's just got that capability to strike on back with such authority that it's tough for teams to recover from sometimes. Powers does find the first frag of the round for his squad, but he's going to be the last one standing as Shake sprays down Shoker pretty handily. So Powers has to make a decision here as to whether he goes for it or not. He does go for it, but Swan doesn't really give him a chance to get anywhere close to that site. Gets the op frag inside of Z Connector, and iNTACT strike back for a 9th round victory, 9-4 in their favor. Appreciate the kind words, guys. Nasty Trick 420. Clausia saying, I love this cast. Thank you, Clausia. I love you too. Nasty Trick 420 saying, yeah, I wish I had a voice like this, to be honest. Maybe with an English accent and I'd be satisfied. It would be great if I had an English accent as well. I'll have to practice one so that I can cast with an English accent whenever I want and switch it up a little bit. iNTACT in round number 14, looking to get into double-digit round victory territory. Spongy leading the charge here towards his B site. He's joined by Swan. 3 members of iNTACT going towards that A site. That's really important for Spongy there. Getting that frag on Dolphy, that's going to make Rain second guess themselves. Now Swan's taking out Choker. The rotate has to happen, and iNTACT has no reason to commit to the B site. They know A is going to be exposed here, and they're trying to hunt for some information. You see Turismo working his way towards that A site with Willmeister. Once they find out that the A site is clear, that bomb that's still hanging out in T-spawn can rotate around all the way through long A, get to A, and plant the bomb for free. You still have Spammer to deal with, perhaps, inside of Z Connector, but yeah, iNTACT right now, clearing out that A site, taking their time, have 45 seconds left. They will have to make a move soon, so you'd expect that Turismo and Willmeister are going to pick up the pace a little bit here. 39 seconds left. Are they just going to try and pinch in? Yeah, they're just going to try and pinch into the B site. That is clever. Turismo getting the double. Swan is going to find Spammer. Wow. Nicely done by iNTACT. Cleared out the A site, but decided, you know what, we're going to go all the way in, pinch in Rain at B, and they won't even see it coming, and they didn't. 10-4 in favor of iNTACT. What are you guys saying in the chat? Erupt TV saying, how about you cast in a redneck voice and I'll sub? Nope, not right now. Sorry, guys. Maybe when I'm on my own channel, but here on iNTACT, I'm going to keep it to the standard. 4 AKs and an AWP on iNTACT side, 4 Deagles, and an MP9 for Spammer. I really, honestly, I'm not that good in freaking iNTACT's giving me permission, but no, I don't want to do it. I'll just embarrass myself. Anyway, Rain on a pistol armor save. Those 4 Deagles trying to do the damage. iNTACT just walks into the B-side. Dolphy, though, takes the head off of Turismo. Now Spammer finds Spongy. The trades are coming in by the one and only Willmeister, who's looking for a third. There it is. Pulls out the pistol and gets it done with only 6 HP remaining. Rain making a run for it, though. Spammer and Powers picked up AKs off the ground. Good angle held by Swan. Oh, no, he looks away. What? He still gets the flick! What a shot by Swan! He looked away, then saw Powers out of the corner of his eye, flicks to him inside of bathrooms, then goes around and finds the final one. Oh, boy. That's the best of the best right there. 11-4 in favor of iNTACT. Going into this second half of action, that's a hell of a shot. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the cast so far. I am JRT, and if you are, I would appreciate a follow at JRTTV with 2 E's at the end. On the top left-hand corner of your screen, you can find that. And, of course, at JRTTV without the 2 E's at the end on Twitch. That one is certainly going to be posted on my Twitter after the match has concluded. Oh, goodness. So we're still waiting for the second half of action to get started, but regardless of which side you're on, Rain or iNTACT, you gotta appreciate a play like that. Honestly, didn't think he'd be able to recover from it. Just looking away at that time, usually the timing in favor of the player that's pushing forward, but he still managed to get it done. 16th round of play will commence shortly. Clausia saying, I didn't even see him. Yeah, it happened so quickly. So if iNTACT moves on, guys, I will be casting again tomorrow, and iNTACT is going to be playing the winner of, I believe, the Blitz Reborn and Fundamentals match. Yes, Blitz Reborn and Fundamentals. How is that match going right now? Let's check it out, since we have a bit of time. Loud keyboard initiated. Love my mechanical keyboard. I have to find a way to get it to mute itself, or get my mic away from the keyboard so it doesn't pick it up anymore. Which I will. I'm looking to buy some new equipment, guys, but that's neither here nor there. Let's check out the Blitz Reborn match. And Blitz Reborn are up 1-0, and they're winning 9-4 on map number 2. So unless things change, the winner of this one's going to face Blitz Reborn. Over in the Furia match. Man, these guys are taking their time getting started with the second half. Furia winning the first map 16-10. Mast is up in the second map, though, 8-3 on Nuke. Here we go. Second half of action is started, so we're back to this one. 11-4 for iNTACT, and Taz saying, JRTTV after the game, Twitter highlight feed. Indeed, Taz, every single time. I stay up till the late hours in the morning, even though I have to be up at 7 to go to work. I still get those highlights posted, guys. I work really hard to make sure you get a recap of the match and all the fun moments are captured on my Twitter, so be sure to check it out. 16th round of play. Rain absolutely needs to win this pistol round to get back into this one, especially after that really tough ending to the first half. Dealt a huge blow at the hands of Swan. Here come the mollies onto the B side for Rain. They're going to try and make a play into B, and it looks like it's going to work, at least, well, to get the bomb down. Spongy's doing the damage here. KMZ and Shoker, his victims. Dolphy, Spammer, and Powers have managed to make their way to the B side, but iNTACT's going up for the full-on retake. Swan, Spongy, and Willmeister are lit, and Dolphy is going to find the first one for his squad on Turismo. Spammer waiting patiently at sandbags, knowing that Spongy and Swan are around there somewhere. Spongy and Swan are going to try and peek at the same time. Look at that tap by Swan. Then Spongy gets one of his own, leaving only Powers and Pit. They know exactly where to look, and Spongy is just absolutely insane. 4K on the pistol round. Spongy has 9 of the 10 frags for iNTACT on the pistol rounds here on Overpass. Not to mention that he's also has a 20 bomb at the beginning of the second half now. 20-6 for Spongy, 16-8 for Turismo, and Swan with a more quiet 13-9, but still he's had some pretty impressive shots from the AWP. 12-4 for iNTACT. Another timeout being called by Rain. Highlights never have a scoreboard cast. What? Do you mean a scoreboard cast never has highlights, Mo? Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure I follow there. Sponge equals Dennis. Well, he's playing like it right now, Mo. Pistol player, that's it. Not even close. That's not true. But I know you're just joking. So waiting for this timeout to expire. And Clasio's already posted that highlight on Twitter. Thanks, Clasio. So here we go. 12-4 for iNTACT. They're 4 rounds away from moving on to round number 3 and the MDL relegation tournament. Your highlight clips never have the scoreboard cast in it. Oh, I see, Mochilla. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because, well, there isn't really much to highlight unless you want to hear my voice talking over a scoreboard. I mean, you can go and make some highlights, Mo, for some of the scoreboard casts, and I'll post them on my Twitter if you like. Gotta get these easy follows, says Claudia. Yeah, well, everyone needs followers and likes. Who doesn't like getting a like on Twitter? It's always nice. Rain, charging forward here towards short A. 4 members heading there. And Willmeister hiding in the smoke with the MP9 could do a ton of damage. Rain has already bought up the AKs. They're going for Baroque here, hoping that something will materialize from this rifle buy-up with the 2 Deagles at their side as well. Willmeister waiting, and they don't even check it. KMZ with the AK. Dolphy goes down as well. 1 AK down. Willmeister going for a third with the USPS and finds it. Now 4 Powers. Perhaps his last victim, but Swan wants to get in on the action. He gets 2 with the M4A1S. Why not? Swan picks up the M4A1S off the ground and gets the last 2 frags, and that's going to be that. Swan joining in with the rifle frags, the rare rifle frags from him. iNTACT get their 13th round victory. And it's 13-4 for iNTACT. Taz in the chat saying, you mean your highlights aren't for your voice already? Well, maybe a little bit. You guys are great. Willmeister guarding Z connector, burns Spammer alive. He did do a lot of damage to him before he came up. It's a pistol buy up here for Rain, and they are getting farmed. KMZ goes down to Willmeister. 2 more, make that 3 more for Willmeister, and a 4th. Why not? 4K for Will. 14-4 in favor of iNTACT. And Rain now going to be on their perhaps last full buy up of the match. 4 AKs and an AWP. Rain is broke mentally, says Ayo Dalton. You have to feel that way. It's tough. I mean, Rain has had a good season overall. Strong performances in many of their matches, but when they face iNTACT, just things don't click for them. Lost 16-2 on Nuke in the regular season against iNTACT, and that one was just a blowout. Unfortunately for Rain, choosing to go for Nuke and not vetoing it immediately, which most teams have done. iNTACT Swan going to get the frag on KMZ to open things up here, and that's not a good start for Rain. Shoker is going to pick up the op off the ground. An op, 2 MP9s, an M4, and an AK-47 iNTACT with the bonus round. Even though they're up 14-4 and probably could have upgraded if they wanted to, but they're very comfortable with those MAC-10s and the MP9s, depending on the side they're on. Willmeister waiting for the smoke to fade, sprays down Powers, does go down to Dolphy, and Spammer finds 1 as well, so not over yet in the round for Rain. That's important for them. Like I said, they lose this one, it's pretty much done. Turismo going to get the headshot on Spammer, so that makes it a lot tougher for Dolphy and Shoker to get into one of these sites. They have Spongy, who's been lethal all night long, guarding the B site by his lonesome. Perhaps going to be joined by Turismo, but he's not sure whether he's going to commit to a B hold or not yet. Turismo, the rotate, who will go and support where needed. Spongy headed towards Graffiti, and that's a good spot to hold here if Rain decides to come on through Canal, which is what they're doing right now. Shoker and Dolphy creeping their way up, looking for that B site plant and a chance to pick up a 5th round victory. 9 seconds left though. Time is ticking away. They have to hurry it up. Spongy knows that time is against them. Gets Shoker and then comes around the corner. Can't find Dolphy. The bomb does go down for Rain, so at least they get the $800, but Swan finds the final 1 and Turismo is going to get the defusal. Turismo picks up the AK off the ground. iNTACT gets their 15th round victory. Turismo, come on now. Let's not have some BM. There it is. 15-4 in favor of iNTACT. They have counted 11 match points to seal this one off. Rain, they got the bomb plant, which means they will have rifles in the round. That $800, absolutely crucial for them. With the loss bonus, they do get enough for good amounts of utility as well, so they have one last opportunity here to come out and try to win out. 11 rounds in a row is what it's going to take against an iNTACT squad that I don't think has lost 11 rounds in a row once in the last 2 seasons. It would be a feat in and of itself. A CS game is always fun with a bit of BM. Well, yeah, well, as long as it's in good fun and it doesn't go too far, I agree. $1:15 on the clock, and Rain taking their time, knowing that their season is on the line right now. Powers and Spammer hanging around Squeaky Door, the bomb leaning heavily towards this B site. The only one not at B is KMZ. I like this boost by Shake for Turismo, but they're going to kind of give up some control of construction by dropping down. Willmeister finds one, gets traded up by KMZ, though. Spongy gets the response. Dolphy falls. 4v3. Turismo spamming through the wall, trying to connect on something. KMZ still standing, but only has 9 HP, and Swan's going to finish him off. 4v2. Powers and Shoker, the last bastions of hope here for Rain, and they're going to have to deal with Swan first. They do. Shoker spots out Swan, gets the headshot. 2v3. Not over yet. The bomb trying to get onto this site and get planted. Shoker not going to waste any time. Probably just going to try and stick this one. But he gets domed by Turismo. Then finished off with the body shot. Powers is the last one standing. Rain. The season is over. iNTACT Esports have picked up the victory. 16 rounds to only 4